All right, we're back with Midwest DBS, and I'm here with Michael. You got third,
Third.
third, third with the new Vegito starter deck. So he's just gonna go over the deck and why he made some choices.
So, first things first, this is just two starter decks thrown together with some side cards I had laying around and some other decks I had with me.
So how much, if you buy the two starter decks, how much more money do you think you'd have to spend to complete this deck?
To be honest,
Would you guess?
there's topos in here, so topos are not cheap, but you don't need topos. You can run other negates. So,
So if you're not
20
running
bucks.
okay.
I put a bomb in here, Mira, to have something to help finish games out.
So pretty cheap, probably.
$30, $40.
Okay.
You got this deck. And the deck's decent on its own. There's some changes that came with the starter deck that I had to make, but we'll talk them over as we get to the cards.
So explain the leader first.
Okay, leader.
It's new.
It's a draw one when it attacks, pretty standard. But if one of your battle cards or Unison cards go to the drop, by skill or by battle, KO'd, you can awaken this. Now that is not technically an awaken, it's a flip over, but it allows you to draw two. Now it's actual awaken, it's 4 less life, draw one, standard energy. So you got a choice you can make. Most time you want the card advantage, so you take the draw two because you don't draw enough cards in this deck. Even though I almost took myself out. So then it's other side. So it's awakened side is standard, still attack, draw one. But it's active battle is tap 2. You give your Unison, Gogeta. I believe it's 10,000 power and triple strike. Now this is active battle, so that's important because that means you swing with your Unison, and most time they'll negate, so then you don't have to waste your 2 energy.
Or they'll forget.
Forget, and then you suddenly have a 25k triple strike.
Yep.
Swinging at their face.
That's what happened to me.
And you don't have to really invest any cards because you only tap 2 energy. So you don't really have to combo. You make them out combo you. And then you got your act once per turn. If a card would leave your field during your opponent's turn, you basically stand in energy and draw a card. It has to be blue. So then you got your Unison. 4. You have to play 4.
Because you have to see it.
You have to see it. Basically, you're looking for it starting turn every time. You want to play it on turn 2 and then uptick it. Only one match though I tapped down my leader to get its active main because you have to tap down something to get it to +1, and then -2. Maybe I used it. I did use it third match. So what happens is you -2. It allows you to take out a battle card that has more power than their energy they have, like Roaring Barrier, and puts it back in their deck. So.
Yeah, okay. Yep.
So, it's not very useful, because most people play within their energy costs, so.
But are you finding the same thing I did after playing with Unison cards? You pretty much, you want to see it in your opening hand, you want to play it on curve. Yep. And it just generates so much advantage.
Especially if your deck is reliant on your Unison.
Yeah.
Like this deck is. It needs to have its Unison out. And then Master Roshi Negate. One of the cards, actually very useful because you negate and then you tap it down during your next turn. And then they're not going to swing down a Master Roshi just to waste their attack on it. So.
Unless they're insane.
Or you can use your Master Roshi to swing down a Basil.
Yep.
This is sitting there at 4K.
Yeah. Basil's punk. Who plays that card?
And you got Trunks. Now this card, any Saiyan that's 2 or less that's blue, you can combo with it, play this, or tap 1 energy blue when you combo with it. So it's immediate. Then you can play the 2 or lower out from your hand and rest mode.
So you combo with it, then you can do the auto.
So basically this works extremely well with Gogeta. So basically Gogeta's permanent as long as you have a blue Saiyan leader and you got a blue Saiyan in rest mode, you can't take damage. So sometimes you'll be no battle cards in play, Gogeta's out, and then your leader's there, and they'll swing into your leader.
Let's say I play Mirror Creator Absorb like a psycho, and I swing for 150k, and you have that card in your hand. What do you do?
What you do is you have energy up, you combo, tap your energy, You play out your battle card in rest mode.
And now it doesn't matter that
Doesn't
the mirror's
matter.
under. You just can't take. You don't take damage.
Don't take
Yep.
damage. You don't have to waste combo power. Your life is safe. It blocked Quad Strike Jiren because I couldn't counter and block it. So that stopped that. So basically, it can stop Victor Strike because you can't take damage. It prevents the damage, so Victor Strike doesn't actually hit you.
It's essentially with that card is kind of like another negate, but even better.
Yep.
Because then the next turn they swing, they have to swing at the tapped card.
Yeah. So
and then you.
Ways to get down your life, allows you double strike to put pressure on. Just a good all around general card.
Blue Kaba.
Basically, kind of the same thing, except you want your opponent to attack down this card. Actually, you want your opponent to attack down both of these. Because your opponent attacks down your Vegeta, that's an awaken. Early awaken. You don't lose any card advantage because you still, when you attack, you still draw a card. But then now, if they attack down something, you draw an extra card because you awakened. So, it's important for them to actually swing into your stuff.
Yep.
You really want them to do that.
Which I did. I made a mistake.
This one got a KO trigger. Allows you to look for your Gogetas. So, then you got your 2-drop Vegeta. It has crit because your leader's blue. This one allows you to draw a card when it's KO'd. So you want them to swing down. Most of the time they will. But then it allows you to recover your Gogeta from the drop.
Okay.
So.
And when this KO'd, you get to draw a card?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So basically, if this is the first card KO'd on your turn, you're drawing 2 cards. So eventually they took down 1 card for you to get
that
2
seems
back.
good.
So.
And it's a crit attacker, so they'll try to get rid of it.
They want to get rid of it. They don't want to take a crit. There's no reason. Your super combo is just the one that I had available. I don't know. Blues.
It's technically a Saiyan, so it makes sense because you might have to play it out and attack with it.
If I have to
with
play
this
it
card,
out,
yeah.
I can play it out for 2.
Yep.
To be honest, I'm not sure about red, but that's what I had with me, so I played red.
Check land.
And then this, basically I can play this out with Trunks, because it doesn't say mono blue, so I can play it out in rest mode. It's still 16k, it doesn't require me to have Universe 7. But pretty much it's 16k, so 15ks can't hit into it, unless they want to combo away a card.
And you can also bounce it back to your hand.
Yeah, if a big threat comes into play, they can bounce it back. Most time I didn't. I had no reason to. Really, most people don't assume it's a threat because it doesn't have grit. It's just a 16k after the fact. Topo, because Topo is just a really good card.
Mm-hmm.
And then
you probably played more on your board, maybe not.
If I stuck with red, I don't know. 2 Topo seemed right because I always seemed to when I wanted to see it, and I only usually have 1 energy up.
Okay.
1 red energy. So unless I see more Mega Friezas, which I hardly ever did. So Mira, just a bomb. It actually won me some games.
30k double strike.
Yeah, because they just don't see it coming. Bean, because you're blue, mono blue, really, because of the red and blue. You really don't use much red, so.
And a little trick that I learned to defend your Unison cards, if they don't swing at your Unison first,
you can bean
swing at your
Unison.
Leader or something, you can bean and actually give that Unison a buff. And make it hard. Yep, make it harder to swing into. It's a little trick you can do with Sensu Bean.
Negates. So this deck actually runs 9 negates. So gotta protect your Unison.
So we have 4 of these, and we have 4 Roshi.
3 Roshi, 2 Topos. That's 9.
That's right. Okay. Yep.
And then you're wide open.
Yeah, I ran into this. I ran into 2, and I was like, he doesn't play more than 2 of that. And I play another one. He's like, oh, here's another one. I was like, oh, he does. Play more than 2.
Keeps cards off board because you don't want to deal because you really don't have a lot of board removal. Other than your Gogeta, which doesn't really do a good job at board removal inherently. So this just helps keep cards back in their hand, forces them to use up energy. It doesn't really work against decks that want to ramp energy or go long games because there isn't a lot that is 4 or less that you really want to deal with. It's good against Bardock Apes.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Keeps them out. So that's pretty much the whole profile. Some changes. There's I think it's a 3-drop, taps for 1, or combos for 1. It's a 10k. It's a Gohan, so it's kind of like your super combo, but it comes out into play in rest mode, which means you don't need Trunks.
Oh, they're like this set 1 or set 2. It's the 15k.
It comes in this. It comes in the starter deck.
Raging Spirit. That's it. Yeah.
And I would recommend if you're playing a cheap version of this deck, I would take the red engine out, put those in here for more. Basically, easy access to protect yourself from taking damage, because a lot of people will get rid of
because that comes into play in rest mode. So just like if they swing like a psycho at your life,
you'll
have
have
nothing,
to take the hit.
You would?
Yes, because it comes into play after the fact.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
But,
okay.
Let's say they swing in with like a single strike, and you're like, oh, okay, I'll just play this, and now you have to get rid of my card. So it means like
he's basically a blocker.
Yeah. So
you get a free block.
Game 1. We'll just talk about my games real quick. Played against Topo. That is an extremely grindy match.
Yep.
Actually, to be honest, this deck is slow. So you're gonna have a lot of games that go into time. You're gonna want to win game 1, and basically force game 2 to grind to a halt.
Yeah.
I hate saying that, but the deck doesn't close games very well.
But somehow we went 3 games. I don't even know. I didn't even know how our match played out. I just know we did.
First game,
you won.
I won that one. Second game, you won, and then the third game,
draw. Yeah.
Yeah, because I think the second game took most of the time, like 25 minutes on the clock.
Yeah, and we had a lot of draws, but I think it's because it's new cards. People are getting used to the new.
Second game was actually a mirror match, but it was blue-green versus my red-green. I took that game in 2 games.
Okay.
Third game was yellow Jiren.
Yep.
That's inherently where Vegito comes in best, because you can't counter Jiren quad strike, the 10 drop or 12 drop, whatever it is.
But if you have a Saiyan tapped, you don't take any damage.
You don't take the damage. You don't take the quad strike. I did that twice to him. So.
And then round 4.
Round 4. That was probably the hardest match, even though like Topo was grindy. That match was not easy. I managed to...
Oh, you played against... Yeah, that's right. You played against Cell.
Cell hand control. Basically, it's
Piccolo hand control. Won, so...
Basically, it's Piccolo hand control, but Cell leader. I think it's actually... It can be considered even better than Piccolo in some instances, because it allows the leader to pop stuff. So...
But how'd that work with your deck, considering a lot of your stuff you want popped? This probably wasn't as annoying for you.
Pop my stuff or attack into it. He kind of left them alone.
Yeah.
Which is smart. He doesn't want my leader to awaken to draw more cards, because that means he has to work harder to remove stuff. But he has enough hand control in that deck where it doesn't really matter. So.
All right. Well, that's it. It's Michael, 3rd place, new Vegito. Thanks.